Hi Taurus, and welcome to your September general message. I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. Welcome to September. We are feeling the shifts this month, right? Whenever you find this message, know that it is meant for you. The power of free will is always at play with any of my readings, and cross watchers, you are always welcome here. So Taurus, Venus is now direct as of September 4th. It is direct. It was in your 4th house. It's talked a lot about family, right? Things that happen within or around the home, maybe even a relocation for you. You could be moving house or had moved house, right? You did move house during that retrograde. But now that things are kind of shifting, right, and going direct this month, there could be some clarity around even close relationships, because the 4th house does talk about those relationships that we hold really close to us, right? What's hidden, right, within the home, how we act within the home versus how we are, say, within our networks or, acquaintances. It's very different, right? So the 4th house really emphasizes that. Some sudden revelations, right? Shakeups around the home. But nonetheless, Venus is direct now, and we have Mercury going direct as of September 16th. So we are slowly moving out of retrograde energy, right? We still have several other planets that are retrograde. So September is still a preparation month. We're coming out of the fog is the way that I look at it. Especially with the new moon and Mercury going direct right mid-month. I feel like this new moon is a very powerful new moon. So pay attention to what's coming in for you September 16th specifically. 15th is the new moon. The new moon's going to be in your 5th house. So maybe some sort of creative project even. 5th house is all about Leo energy. So it's family, children. It talks about creative endeavors. It can also represent intimacy. 5th house is a lot to do with reproduction, right? So sexuality even, especially with the Sun and Mars energy coming in as well at the end of the month. Mars represents that masculine sexual energy, motivation, drive. Mars in our chart does talk a lot about how we express our sexual energy. And don't get that just mixed with, the actual deed, right? Sex. But sexual energy, again, is very tied to how we create, right? It's this drive, this inertia that we feel within us, and it motivates us to do things. So sexual energy does not only need to be expressed one way, right? There's many ways that we can express that energy. So for you, maybe that's exactly what you're finding out, right? It's not all about the actual physical act of sex, right? It's almost like what I'm hearing is sexual vitality. And another thing for you, Taurus, that you could look into with this 5th house influence is tantric practices, how you please yourself even, right? With that Sun Mars influence, because Sun talks a lot about the self, self-play, even self-confidence, regaining that self-confidence to feel inspired, to create. What are you creating, right? What are you creating towards the end of the month? Something big is being created for you. Let's feel into this a bit more. Let's pull an animal oracle message. What is it that Taurus is creating this month? Ooh. Modest fortitude. Modest fortitude. I want to read actually from the book. I'm being called to read. So as we were talking about like sexuality, right? That fifth house expression of creation, divine creation. It's being a bit more modest even. And I was kind of sensing that for you, Taurus. Like it might not be something that you actually physically express, but it's more of this internal process that you're discovering more about your sexuality even. In ways, again, that you can like find healthy outlets is what I'm hearing. Even interesting, because modesty is kind of taking a more humble, relaxed approach, being a little bit more subtle in the way that you express your sexuality. Yeah, I want to read more. I'm intrigued by this. Let's see. Its downcast blooms cause the bluebell to bow gently at its stem, symbolizing modesty. It's being a bit shy, maybe, this month. In contrast, the horse is a striking creature, proud and muscular, able to bear great loads and travel long distances. It is known for its superior strength and stamina. Taken together, the horse and bluebell remind us that the greatest features are the results of much humble practice. So, it's not about, again, this external like masculinity that Mars represents, right? And we're feeling that towards the end of the month. But lucky enough, it is in Libra. So Sun and Mars in Libra is a bit more balanced. And maybe that's what you're finding. Not having to outwardly do, right? Maybe this month is not all action oriented. I am feeling for you, especially with that 12th house influence at the end of the month. There's a full moon with the 12th house, which is very much this internal landscape. And again, I keep hearing for you, finding ways to express your sexuality in a healthy way, right? In a way that feels whole and complete. It's not draining or taxing even. You might have to really dial back or dial it in a bit, not be as excessive, because that's where the true stamina lies, is being able to feed yourself and to replenish oneself. So towards the end of the month, it's like there's this inner vitality for you, Taurus, it's being found, right? It's almost like this inner fountain, right? All right, we're gonna dive into the tarot. So this is gonna be for Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs for September. Yeah, that 12th house influence it's such a great time for introspection. Your dreams might be very potent. You might be a bit more sensitive, right? A bit more shy, a bit more modest. But it's good. It's a time for you to really feel into those deep, dark spaces that maybe you've been avoiding or have been a bit more shy or shameful even of looking at. Oh, okay. Well, these just came out. I'm going to sit them down there and I'm just going to pull some more cards for you, Taurus. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs for the month of September. Okay, ooh. Taurus. Interesting. I got a lot of those same messages for Gemini. You might be dealing with a Gemini, but a lot of the same cards are showing up here. Okay, well, let's talk about it, shall we? We got the Nine of Wands here on the bottom of the deck with the Page of Earth. Feeling a bit guarded, right? That's that modest energy. Being a bit more shy, maybe more introspective towards the end of the month, or maybe even currently, right? This message is timeless. Just know that. There's some external factors here. I'm seeing with the Five of Wands, potential like competition, fights, bickerment. You know, Five of Wands is like a conflict of some sort that's external from you, surrounding you. You are kind of wrapped up in this Five of Wands, and maybe this is what's kind of making you pump the brakes a bit. Maybe you are wanting to plant some sort of seed, right? Page of Earth, this is your energy here, but you're feeling like there's something external in your environment that keeps you kind of trapped even. But nonetheless, Taurus, I do see a lot of this movement here. Chariot card, this is Cancer energy. There's this movement, but I feel for you it's very subtle. It's like this internal movement that maybe isn't as expressed outwardly, but it's definitely changing. Something is shifting here. And the Chariot does signify something that is victorious, right? This is a part of the Fool's journey where you take lead, right? You start to take those first steps into something, and it looks like it is something that does bring you a lot of happiness, something that is your wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups here, something that is very fulfilling in nature, right? And as you can see in the card, I was talking about like that fountain, right? Like filling your own cup. That's what this Nine of Cups is. Like, look at all these cups that are so full. They're overflowing, right? And they're also like flowing into the other. So there's a lot of like harmony, balance here. Nine of Cups again is a very like solo energy. It's about filling your own filling your own needs, filling your own cup, like making sure that you're tending to those things within you this month. Yes, because something has been out of alignment here. Queen of Pentacles. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel that there's been an overgiving of some sort. Maybe you're feeling as though you've been giving so much of yourself, and it's seeming as though now is this month, now is the time to really start listening more to yourself and not so much to others, right? That Five of Wands could be like a heavy influence of someone else, right? That's kind of leading the ship is what I'm hearing. Okay, so like I said, Gemini did get some similar cards here, but we're gonna look into this here. So we have the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups. So someone does want to express their emotions, very much so, right? The Page to the Knight, right? Page is kind of like a simple gesture, you know, a spark of communication. Again, it could be a water sign that's coming towards you. And it seems as though it's very authentic, it's very real with the Knight of Cups, right? There is this up-leveling, right? The Page to the Knight. Someone that is maturing, becoming more emotionally mature. This could be you, right? Again, starting to understand your emotions on a deeper level, right? Emotions can be so complex and ever-changing and evolving through time. And I'm seeing that here, Page to the Knight. There's a deepening of love, or there's a deepening of emotions for someone or something. All right. The Knight of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Ace of Earth here. So I do see rejoicing, celebration with the Three of Cups, wanting to get together with friends, close, intimate partnerships, you know, evolving. And there's this Ace of Earth. I kind of want to look into this. What is this Ace of Earth for Taurus? What is this Ace of Earth for Taurus? Please show me what I need to see for the Taurus collective. What is it that they need to know about this Ace of Earth? Okay. So it's taking you strength with the Strength card here. This is Leo energy. The Strength card is also about like fighting or befriending, I should say, your inner beast, right? And we saw that with the horse. It's like being a bit more modest, more humble, taking a more relaxed approach, because internally it might feel like there's a lot going on, right? The Strength card, as you can see, is very fiery, it's very climatic, it's big energy, and it's learning how to tame those parts of you, and take a more humble, more relaxed approach to this situation. This Ace of Pentacles, like where you're planting your seed, right? What are you manifesting this month? It looks like there's something that is rooted. It's very grounded. It's very practical. There's this new potential, but it is taking a level of strength for you, Taurus, to, I guess, manifest this Ace of Pentacles here. But I'm seeing conversation, Knight of Swords. There's this opening here. Knight of Swords, Three of Cups, Knight of Cups. As you can see, it's very inviting. It's very welcoming. It's very warm. And there's this balancing act that's kind of being sorted out for you, I'm seeing this month, of like how to approach this situation. This could be love, this could be career, but it's like I see you kind of teetering on the edge a bit of how you want to approach it. And it's looking like the cards are suggesting to be a bit more modest, humble, relaxed again. Being a bit more like reserved with your energy. But again, being receptive is important, right? The shadow self is popping out there. So again, I'm talking to a Taurus that potentially has been doing a lot of shadow work here. Working on yourself, healing, right? And you're going to be deepening into that with that 12th house influence on the 29th. The Sun-Mars influence, I think we talked about that already, but I don't know if I told you it's in your 6th house. So 6th house is all about like ritual, routine, daily rhythm, maybe getting yourself into like a daily practice. It's going to help you kind of keep your stamina up, focusing on yourself, getting into a routine, settling into something, right? Also has to do with your health. So you might be focused in on your health too. With the Sun and Mars, is definitely going to help boost your vitality. So with the 6th house, with Sun and Mars in Libra, that's a really positive signifier of like balanced health, balanced well-being. Or that's like front and center for you towards the end of the month. All right, let's see. What do we have for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs. Taurus, what do we have for Taurus? Please show me what I need to see. Ooh, yeah, wow. Yeah, rest and awakened inner force, exactly what we've been talking about. There's something brewing within you. This card always reminds me of the Strength. There's something festering. There's something brewing within you, and it's wanting to be expressed. And I think that towards the end of the month, this is the time. But again, it's like this subtle kind of like, I'm seeing like a teapot, a tea kettle that's been like simmering, and it's been on like a low heat for quite some time, and now it's finally like getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, and like that steam is kind of coming out, right? This is awakening some inner force within you, and it's like letting off steam, but in like not an aggressive or spiteful or bitter way. It's learning how to kind of let off steam in a healthy way, really. But it's allowing yourself to express that, awakening that inner force and allowing it to be expressed in some way. But with the Rest card, it's like this paired up together. Again, it's like bit by bit, right? Slowly but surely coming to the surface. So it isn't like you're not like it's gonna explode, right? It's like the tea, like letting out the steam little by little. Okay, so it seems like you maybe been festering over something. Maybe you've been festering over something that maybe has been nagging at you, and it's seeming like this month there is some sort of outward expression. Just be mindful of your temper, right? But you're being awakened to some inner force, something within you. And it's hard to deny, right? All right, Taurus. Let's pull a wisdom of the oracle for you, Taurus. Ooh, a fork in the road. I'm going to read from the book for you. Fork in the road. This is reminding me of the Ace of Pentacles that we saw in the beginning of your reading. Let's see here. Fork in the road. It's like you could be, oh, the bees are joining in with me now. Hi, bee. Don't sting me, please. A fork in the road, like the Ace of Pentacles could represent, again, one fork in the road, like one direction, but there's also another direction. So as the more that you connect in with yourself and the more that you let off the steam, right, awakening to this inner force, the more clear that this fork, right, will become for you, and the more that you can move towards a direction. But it seems like currently you're kind of at the precipice, right? Let's look here. Let's read. Okay. Time to make a decision. Okay. Considering the consequences as you prepare to act. Yeah. This is connecting very well with the symbolism of that, the teapot, you know? It's a very strategic energy I'm picking up on here. And you're moving very, very like subtle, right? Step by step by step. I'm getting like spider energy, like meticulous, calculative, but nonetheless moving forward, right? Making a decision. Owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. Every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and you are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone, Taurus, to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you, right? That Five of Wands. You know, sometimes outside influence can really stand in the way of our own decision making. Oh my God, bees, sorry. There's like a hive of bees over here, apparently. This time of year, they're very active, very temperamental. All right, let's try this again. See, I love doing readings outside, but this is the price I have to pay. There's spiders and bees and all sorts of things around me. And it's beautiful, but I'm also very skeptical of these bees. Okay. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. Yeah, so the Ace of Pentacles is really like, I see almost two aces, right? Like each direction you take, there's an Ace of Pentacles. So it's really about where are you feeling this more emotional pull, right? Because we saw a lot of that, the cup energy, right? Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Swords is really like speaking your truth, right? Sword energy is all about being honest, even brutally honest at times, right? The Knight of Swords. And something is evolving here and it's being asked of you to make a decision. And that might be a bit challenging still with Mercury being retrograde, you know, being a bit more hesitant to make that decision till maybe after the new moon. This new moon is going to bring so much clarity for the collective. So the new moon on the 16th, I feel like you're gonna see things a bit more clearly. But just know that a decision is needing to be made, but at the end of the day, you have the power of free will of when you choose to make it. But the Taurus I'm speaking with, it's like this momentum is picking up for you. And I do feel like it's inevitable to some extent in your life to make this choice. And again, let off some steam. Maybe, you know, play, dance, movement. I feel like there is some pent-up energy that I'm picking up on. It's going to be important for you to, again, 6th house, like exercise even. expressing this inner stamina, vitality in a healthy way. Movement is really going to help. Expression, dance, writing, right? Writing is so beneficial. Communicating, expressing in some way this month. All right, we're going to pull a love oracle. We're going to take this on over to the extended on Patreon, and we're going to talk a little bit more about love. So focus in on your love interest. We're going to pull a love oracle message here for Taurus. Let's see here, Taurus. What do we have for you in regards to love? Ooh, okay. We have self-indulgent. Yeah, this is that Nine of Cups energy. I feel like, Taurus, you've been really neglecting yourself for quite some time. And this is the time to heal, shadow work, focus on self-worth, self-appreciation. We're going to see how this is connected into love, right? Because, of course, how we treat ourselves is always directly correlated to how we express ourselves in relation to others. So we're going to take this on over to the extended. I hope you find me over there. If not, stay tuned for my new moon reading that I'll be posting on Sunday, and for the mid-September readings towards the end of the month. I hope you are well, Taurus, and talk soon.